The Love Song of May. In the afternoon, Xiaoping was waiting for the bus. It didn't come for a long time, so she took out a novel and started to read. Somebody grabbed her arm from behind. She was startled and turned around. It was an old man with glasses so thick they looked opaque. He brought his face near hers and said,
"I'm sorry, I'm almost blind. Can you help me get on the bus when it comes?"
His loose teeth were rattling, and a bad smell came from his mouth. He stared at her and took from his pocket a small change purse and asked again,
"Would you please help me pick out the current fare?"
She took out the change and put it in his open palm.
"Are you a student?"
he asked.
"Yes." "I can tell that you are wearing a dark-colored dress and a black hat. You are very kind and nice."
Xiaoping felt embarrassed at being complimented and didn't have the heart to tell him that the black hat was her hair. When the bus came, he grabbed her arm again, so she had to assist him onto the bus. He held onto her arm, and she had to sit next to him. She took out her novel and resumed reading.
"Excuse me, this is a poem I wrote, and the comments people made about it. Will you please read it and tell me what you think?"
He took out from an old manila envelope sheets of paper which were stapled together and handed them to her. She tried to please him by reading them quickly and turned the pages as fast as she could. On the two front pages there were many signatures and addresses. Beneath them, the words of praise.
"This is your copy,"
he said, wanting her to keep the last two pages.
"I have solicited all these comments. Please read the poem at home carefully and mail your comments to me at this address."
He pointed to a name and address at the top of the poem. The poem was called Love Song to Spring. The first few stanzas praised spring, May, God, and the Muse. Aside from that, there was nothing much. When the old man saw that Xiaoping was really reading, he was quiet. As soon as she finished it, he started talking again. She wondered that if he said he was so blind, how could he tell what she was doing so clearly? She praised him by saying, "It shows a lot of talent." He smiled happily, revealing his rotten teeth again.
"Please keep the copy and write what you just said about me and send it to me. It's very important."
She did not answer. He continued,
"If the publisher sees so many good comments about my poem, it will make a good impression on him."
She thought to herself that it was a good idea, but if the poem was no good or if the publisher didn't like it, all his effort would be in vain. He saw that she was still silent. His almost blind eyes blinked under the almost opaque glasses. His rotten teeth rattled and clicked. An unknown poet was depressing enough. An unknown old poet really depressed her. He continued to ask for her name, so she made up one. He took it for real and said,
"So-and-so, please guess what else I do."
"Do you compose?" she asked.
"You're almost right."
He continued excitedly. She knew that she had been caught, so she put down the novel and tried to humor him. After a few guesses, she found out that he also wrote plays. He said that he was taking the bus that day to a literary agent in Midtown to give him a copy of his finished play. He took out a thick manuscript from the old manila envelope. On the title page was a number 2, followed by 6 zeros. Xiaoping thought he must be writing something like How to Be a Millionaire type of comedy, and she said so.
"Why do you think it's like that?"
He looked seriously at her with his blind eyes.
"Well, why not? Everyone is writing one like it nowadays," she said. "So-and-so, if you read this play, you'll need several handkerchiefs to keep your eyes dry."
Then she understood he must have been writing something about the Holocaust. He was amazed that she had guessed right. So-and-so, so-and-so. She sensed that he wanted so much to tell her about the horror and the tragedy. He sensed that her destination was near, because she was trying to get up. The bus had arrived where she had to get off. She returned the manuscript to him quickly. He was disappointed, but kept on saying,
"So-and-so, please read my poem and send your comments to me. Don't forget."
She jumped down from the bus. The sky was so blue and the grass so green. The spring afternoon was full of life. She turned the page of the poem written by the old man. May, the earth kissed by heaven. The afternoon in May is a song of love. A song to my love, May. Praise and sing, sing and praise. May, a song of love to spring. Behind those almost blind eyes and those rattling rotten teeth, there was a young and passionate soul.